Hello Aries, welcome to your October 2020 podcast tarot. Thanks for joining me. My name's Michelle. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. Special welcome to my podcast listeners on Apple and Spotify. Aries, the feeling around you for October, and remember this can be reversed energy, or if you're cross-watching or listening, it could be someone around you who is an Aries. We have a feeling of contacts. The people that are around you, the people that you surround yourself with, they're either beneficial or they're not so beneficial. And I feel that October is a time for you to kind of sort through who is who. There's a feeling around you of toxic friends or toxic acquaintances. I feel like there is around you, Aries, this energy of rising above these people, operating from a higher frequency. It seems like you may have outgrown, or you're just not on the same page as people that are around you at the present time. Now, it could be friends, it could even be family members, of course, but I feel it's more about acquaintances, friends. These people seem to enjoy things that are not so healthy, whatever that means to you. Now, that could actually be physical health, impacting your physical health, or it could even be impacting your mental health here, Aries. So love and harmony. It's about surrounding yourselves with harmonious connections, people who are going to add value to your life, and getting rid of the people that, well, I say getting rid of, it's a bit of a strong term. Let's just say leaving behind toxic influences, especially when you know that it's bad for you, something that's bad for you. We have the silver bow from the Witch's Oracle, and this is about love and harmony and who we show compassion and love to. First of all, it has to be the self, and then once we do that, we can show it to others. So it may be that there's a situation here where you've gotten involved with people who are toxic, perhaps because you don't believe yourself to be worthy, Aries, or it could be vice versa. Let's take a look at the auralite. The auralite crystal. This is an interesting energy. It's very high vibrational. It's cleansing energy, and it's very much operates on the soul level. There's a feeling here of integration of ego and the rising above, raising your conscious vibration, your awareness level. So yes, I do feel that you're rising above, or at least you have the opportunity to rise above people who are around you. And I get that really it's about stepping into loving yourself, feeling better about your body, feeling better about your health by removing some toxic influences, whatever that means to you, Aries. I'm going to put these to one side for a moment. And let's get the tarot out. At the bottom of the deck for you, I've got the Page of Cups. Yeah, you know, I get a strong influence here, Aries, of you being someone who is not really very happy with how you're being perceived at the moment. I do get you're someone here who might be putting on a little bit of a false front, I might say. Somebody here who is looking quite jovial. I get a playful kind of energy, keeping things light. But beneath the surface, it seems that there's something more going on there when it comes to not being happy with your work, or not being happy with the way that you're using your talents and skills at the moment. It seems like you're on the verge of making a major decision. You might be at a crossroads here, Aries, where you're thinking about what to do next. For you, I get a strong influence of health. I have to admit, I get a very strong influence of getting your health to a place where you are stable, where it feels like you're comfortable in your own skin, you're nurturing yourself. And then I feel like you'll be able to have a lot more vitality, a lot more energy moving forward. But first you have to remove these toxic influences. from your life. It's a lot of negative talk around this person or this group of people as well. Very negative talk, and I feel that it feels like a lot of criticism. But let's see where this goes, guys. I'm going to put down the cards. We have the Ten of Swords in the reverse and the Four of Swords in the reverse. Let's take a look. Okay. Yeah. Interesting energy. It feels like a sense here of drowning. That's what I'm getting. Distracting, keeping the, let's just say this, keeping the wolves at bay. That's the message I'm getting from Spirit. You're keeping the wolves at bay. Now, what does Spirit mean by wolves? Well, I'm getting it as thoughts. Something that comes into your mind that's negative. It's negative self-talk. It feels to me like you've experienced something very negative in the past. It led to a painful ending. You're still healing from that, but you're struggling. I get that you're still trying to find the way out from underneath this drowning kind of energy. And that leads to this negative self-talk, because you think that you should have done more, or you think that you should be further along in the healing process than you already are. But Spirit Guide is saying try to be a little bit more compassionate, show yourself some self-love here. Yeah, ease up on yourself a little bit here, Aries. I feel that you're your own worst critic. When you're alone, I feel like these thoughts come out where you really tend to collapse under the strain of your own thoughts about what's happened in your life. Possibly a long time ago, or possibly more recently, maybe a combination of the two. And it's these wolves here, these negative thoughts. That's when you start to fall. I get this energy of falling under the trap of drinking this poison. You know, do not drink the poison. Do not do things you know are bad for you. You know this is bad for you. Whatever this is, it feels like some kind of coping mechanism. I feel that you may get together with, it could be a group of people, or maybe even just one. You know that the influence is bad. You know that it's not making you feel good. After the fact, you know, it may feel good in the moment, but afterwards not so good. There may be even here a feeling of becoming addicted to some kind of substance, or maybe alcohol, or eating too much sugary foods or something like that, which is causing an imbalance in your system and kind of exacerbating already how you're feeling about yourself here, Aries. Let's see. I've got the Nine of Swords, yeah. And the Knight of Wands. I like that energy. The Nine of Swords is really just continuing with what I was saying before. When you're alone at night, you're really dredging up a lot of negative thoughts about how you feel about your actions. You know, the thing is, you know whatever this is bad for you, and you go and do it because you're of this negative mindset, feeling like you can't cope, feeling like you're drowning, trying to keep those thoughts out of your head. So you go and do this thing, and everything's fine there for while you're doing it, but then when you get home, you wake up in the morning, it just kind of piles everything more and more and more and more, and it becomes highly a toxic cycle that just keeps going around and round and round. But you want to get out of it with this Knight of Wands. You do. I feel like there's something around you. It could be love. It could be the potential for love here that is making you see things in a different way, making you see yourself as someone here who has potential. Because I feel like that around this ending, a lot of the way that you're feeling about that, it made you feel like you would never have that again in your life. But I feel like there's something around you or coming into your life here in the month of October which is going to make you think, well, maybe I can have that again. Maybe I can have something even better. So this feels like getting fired up about something, your passion returning, grabbing those ram's horns of yours, Aries, and saying, you know what? I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take any more. It feels like that. It feels like you've kept yourself down, this drowning energy, under the weight of these negative thoughts and perhaps a critique or what you've perceived as critique of others. But this is you saying, you know what, I'm not going to do that anymore, and getting really mad about it. And you know what, I think that's what you have to do in order to get yourself out of this energy of negativity and being caught up in your mind here, and then the thoughts that keep revolving around. Let's see what else we have. We've got the Six of Wands and the Fool in reverse. Okay. So you've had a little bit of taste of victory in the past. You've had a taste of victory in the past. I get this kind of feeling around you of this hasn't been with you for, I feel it's been with you for a little while, but it's not like it's been with you for your entire life. I feel that you know that you're a good person, you know your value, you know your worth deep down, but something made you forget that for a little while. It did. It was some kind of negative circumstance. I don't feel it was anything that you could help. It happened. You had to deal with it. You struggled. But I do feel that you know the way out. And you know deep down that there's something more for you. Because you've tasted it in the past. You have experienced downs before, you've gotten back up and you've succeeded. This time it felt like it was just a little bit different than the other times. It felt more harsh. It felt perhaps longer. It took longer for you to get back up. But I feel like you're getting there. You're not quite there yet. But there's almost like this kind of, I'm picking it up as like a spark. It's like your fuse is being lit here again, but it's not quite ready to explode. Not quite. But I get this kind of readying. You're readying yourself here, Aries, for some kind of launching into the future, away from this past here. Let's see what else we have. We've got Temperance in reverse. Yeah, I do feel that for some of you here, it is an influence which is causing you to overindulge in something which is unhealthy. And that can be quite a dangerous kind of energy. You're being asked here to get yourself out and away from toxic situations, people, relationships, and not to partake in what you know is not going to lead you to future success. Ending any kind of harmful relationships with people, changing toxic habits, improving your health regime, what you put into your body, maybe even cleaning out your home, getting rid of things that poison your environment. But definitely for you, it's mostly about changing unhealthy, harmful thoughts and beliefs about yourself. And getting yourself away from anyone who is very critical of you or speaks ill of you or others. Rather, it's about surrounding yourself with people who are encouraging, supportive, and lead through kindness and support and strength, compassion. But that has to start with you. You know, you have to come from that place of showing yourself that kind of energy, and then surround yourself with people who also believe the best. You know, if you surround yourself with a lot of toxic people who are jumping on the negative train, then that's just going to lead you down into this well here of toxic poison, and you don't want to do that. You want to rise above. You want to rise above. Aries, what else do we have for you? We've got the Ace of Cups in the reverse here. It's stopping the flow. The thing is, this energy of love wants to come into you. It wants to reignite your soul. It wants you to be in the flow. It wants you to, I get it as very much a soul vibration energy with that Ace of Cups in reverse. But it's blocked at the moment. It can't get through because of all of this toxicity around you. We also have the World in reverse. Yeah. You know, for you, you feel like this, well, you let's just say you fear, Aries, you fear that this is a never-ending cycle for you, that you can't get out of it, but that's just a fear. Now, if you let the fear overtake you, it will become a self-fulfilling prophecy. But it's about changing your mindset and not believing that this is a cycle that you can't get out of. You can get out of it. And the outcome is judgment. Judgment in the reverse. Yeah, it's all about letting go of the past, letting go of people from the past who are bad influences, and you know are bad influences, because they feed into that toxicity, they feed into that negativity. Moving forward, you're being asked to take a different approach and not to repeat cycles of the past here, Aries. Definitely, you're being called to this higher vibration. You're being called to become more self-aware. So Aries, if this isn't you, it could be someone around you who's important to you, who's perhaps struggling with some kind of addiction. It could be addiction to alcohol or drugs, or any kind of addiction really that leads to unhealthy body, because I'm getting very strong influence here of the body. But it's also affecting the mind, because if we don't like something that we're doing, if we don't see ourselves, if we don't respect ourselves, if we don't see ourselves as worthy, then we mistreat ourselves, we mistreat our bodies. And that leads to this self-critique. And that's what's blocking this flow of love from coming into you here, Aries. I get some of you have even put strong walls up around yourself here in order to make sure that people don't see, you know, anyone who you're truly interested in, you don't want them to see this side of you. You know, you want them to see you as this Six of Wands. You want them to see you as someone who is truly successful, doing good, a leader. Yeah. But you can get yourself out of this, Aries. I'm getting strong vibration around you. You can get yourself out of this. Love is the spark that gets you there, that gets you across the finishing line. So whatever is sparking up your interest in terms of your love life, I get there's purity around this. There is potential for harmony. There's a loving vibration, a compassionate energy, a supportive energy, but it's coming from a place of love and purity. Surrounding yourself with that person or people that have that vibration, that higher vibration, will be the spark which ignites this Knight of Wands here, and for you to take action. But if you continue to surround yourself with people who are lower vibrational, that keep you kind of drowning in this toxicity, it's kind of like a substance. I'm getting substances here, guys, very strong substance energy. That's the thing that is it's polluted your body, it's polluted your mind, polluted your spirit. Goodness. You get a very strong energy around you of needing to pull yourself out of this, and it has a lot to do with cutting off the source. You know, the thing is, what you're doing to alleviate this pain that you've experienced in the past is just creating things that are making it much worse. So it's like the cure. You saw this as the cure at one point, the solution to the thoughts that were in your mind about this ending. You saw this as the cure, but the cure is now the disease. Aries. The cure is now the disease. But what can pull you out of this is someone around you, or maybe several people who are a higher vibrational energy and pure. They're not in this group of friends, or they're not in this toxic environment. And I feel like you need to sprint away from this toxic environment straight into the arms of this loving, compassionate, harmonious connection here. But you have to recognize that what you're doing first is bad. Aries, that's step number one. You have to see that as something that's bad for you, that you want to move away from it. And I see that there's an opportunity around for you to move away from it if you want to. But first you have to see it as bad. This Fool in reverse here tells me that there's a tendency here to react rather than to think about where this kind of inclination is coming from. It's coming from a place of fear, it's coming from a place of pain, and it kind of hurdles you down this road here of, I just need to let off steam, or I just need to go and do this thing, which is bad, which I know is bad for me deep down, but you know what, I'm just going to do it anyway, and I don't care about the consequences. If you don't care enough about yourself, then you may lose people that care about you. Because how can you expect people to care about you and to help you and be supportive when you're not supportive of yourself, when you don't believe yourself to be worthy of that love, worthy of that support? Okay, let's get a final thought here, guys. Bit of a heavy reading this, guys, Aries. You know, it's the way that the cards have come up, but let's take a look. It's definitely about looking at the past, looking at your actions, and turning things around in terms of recognizing that you have the power here. If you have the willpower, the drive to change your life, you know, to get out of this negative cycle. But first you have to want it. You have to want it. You have to want to get out of this. You have to have the drive. You have to have the passion for it. You have to have the energy. Well, how do you get the energy? Especially if you're thinking, well, you know what, I'm tired. I don't have the energy right now. Well, I feel in that case, it's definitely about getting yourself to a much healthier body. Yeah, because these two go hand in hand. Spirit guide is saying, you know, a healthy mind, healthy body. And the energy that you feel that you lack here is being drained by this kind of poisonous energy around you, this toxicity. So let's see. Final thought here for Aries, please. But that auralite is a cleansing stone. It's a cleansing crystal. So meditate on that. You know, the purple energy here is crown chakra. It's a lot higher vibrational energy. Look at this. Do I surround myself with people who lift me up? The people with whom we surround ourselves determine who we become. Does your tribe fill you up? Do they inspire you? Do they believe in you? Do they help you step into your greatest potential? So make a desire list of the type of people with whom you wish to surround yourself, and clarify if there is anyone in your life who no longer serves you. Yeah, that's the energy. It's definitely about who you surround yourself with this month. Aries, in the month of October, clearing out these toxic relationships, toxic people, toxic circumstances, and toxic substances from your life, and instead moving into this more cleansing, more higher vibrational energy. But first you have to recognize the type of people that are going to bring success, love and harmony into your life, or the people that just are kind of not going to allow you to grow, not going to allow you to rise above. It's going to be up to you, Aries. So I'm going to leave it there and wish you all the very best. Special thank you to my podcast listeners on Apple and Spotify. If you'd like a personal reading, you can reach out to me, gypsyinsights@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. If you're a newcomer on YouTube, I'd love to have you. I have my channel memberships up and running. I'm offering early access to my members there, so please do join my band of gypsies. You can click on the join button on YouTube below for more information, or look in the descriptions box. Wishing you the best with this, guys. Please take care. Thanks again for watching or listening, Aries, and bye for now.